no government ever created a baby, so they can't possibly say they have a vested interest in it. That's ridiculous. They weren't in bed with you, you know. They can't make a claim.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
that
I've
simple.
never been violated before, so violated ever before in my life. Do you teach the UCC process or no? I know you're making it very simple, and I'm, like, astounded, but do you suggest the UCC process when you claim your property or?
That's ridiculous.
No?
Because that's somebody else's beliefs you're using, not yours. You believe that's your property. You have no idea what the UCC says because you did not create it. See, I could definitely tell you never listen to my show because, like I say to folks, you can't interpret somebody else's words. You have to make your words your own. So when a judge sees your words, he knows those are your words and your words alone. If you use UCC or anything, he's going to say, oh, you're using somebody else's beliefs. That's not what you believe. That's what somebody else believes. Somebody else believes this. No, the judge wants to hear what you believe. Not what Mr. UCC, who wrote UCC 50 years ago, has to say. He doesn't give a, well, honestly, he'd actually rather have you speak UCC. That way he can interpret it because he's got a license to interpret it. You don't have a license to interpret it. You don't even have a license to write it down, to write UCC. It's like theft of intellectual property. It's like using Microsoft software to create your own documents. You can't use UCC. You have no permission to use their stuff. So who do you think you are to use UCC stuff? Are you licensed UCC decipher code and specialist? No. So that's ridiculous to use somebody else's beliefs.
Okay. So
you gotta tell them what you believe. You just I believe you're holding my property. I believe the only reason why government exists is to secure and protect property. Thank you for holding my property. Now I require you to release my property back into my car. Have a nice day.
And it doesn't matter what kind of hearing it's going to be. It doesn't matter what kind of hearing I'm going for. Because you know how they try to block you with all their California rules of this and rules of court and that?
Nope, because you have nothing to do with Cal. You didn't write the rules. They didn't write the rules. They're just interpreting the rules. They can't swear to any of this. Was it true? If they say, well, according to the California, let's just make this just for shits and giggles. Let's say some attorney wise guy on the other side says, well, according to the California rules, just like you said, 1, 2, 3, Section 5, comes and says, well, according to the California rules, civil rules, family rules, 1, 2, 3, Section 5. It's like, oh yeah, you want to take the witness stand and swear to that's what that code means? He'll be like, well, no. Well, then that's just your opinion what you think that code means. Did you write that code? No. Do you have the man here who wrote the code? No. Do you have the public law? Because the code was written out of a public law. Do you have the public law before the court? He's like, well, no, it's rolled up in Sacramento somewhere. It's like, okay, so you don't have the public law where the code came from. You don't have the guy who wrote the code, and you won't swear that this is exactly what the code means. You're just giving your opinion of what the code means. So isn't this just lovely? You have an opinion. Isn't that lovely?